Can you tell me what is a passport bro? I'm asking you because I've seen many different definitions. Everyone's saying I'm a passport bro, but I still don't see anything that makes sense. Everything's contradictory. G'day and welcome back. Today I have an interview planned with inactive Marine Elliot. You're going to hear about Elliot's experiences of living in the city of Medellin, why he loves it, and why it's so different from his life back in Jacksonville, Florida. All right, Elliot, thank you for being on the show today, bro. I think we're going to have a very, very interesting time breaking down your experience in Medellin, first of all, as an expat, and secondly, as a Black American living here, because I'm sure that you know that your experience is not the same everywhere in the world. It can be very different depending on what country you're in. I know I've felt that myself as well. But first, can you introduce yourself to everybody watching and just say who you are, where you're from, what you're all about, man?
I'm 45 years old. I've retired in Medellin. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and I enjoy every day that I get a chance to spend in this great country.
Why did you decide to come from Jacksonville to Medellin, Colombia?
I just needed a different change of scenery. I wanted to see what else was out there. I was stationed in the Marines when I was around 19 years old in Okinawa, Japan, and that opened my eyes to travel and the differences in the world. Since then, I've just been on a quest for that. And I'm finally able to do that.
You were living in Jacksonville. Maybe you felt a bit caged over there. Is that true?
Yes.
And you wanted to move, have a new start. Why, of all places, did you decide on Medellin? Because you could have gone, to many places around the world, Dominican Republic or Mexico or any country. Why Colombia?
Well, it's funny you say that because I actually was in Dominican Republic when I met someone that had actually been here, and they brought it to my attention that I should check out Colombia, specifically Medellin. And I was like, is it safe? Is it dangerous? So I decided to do it. And that was in the year 2020. And it was one of the best decisions of my life. From the first day I got here, I just wanted to stay. I mean, it was like the first week I was like already changing my flight. So 1 week turned into 30 days and I had discovered this place, honestly, to answer your question, just on accident. Because I knew it existed, but I didn't know how beautiful in the essence that Medellin, Colombia possessed.
Can you tell me about your experience when you landed at the airport? And you've told me this before, but I want everyone to hear it because I think it paints a perfect picture of it. You go into this tunnel, right? The longest tunnel in South America. It goes and goes and goes for like 10 minutes. Complete darkness. But what do you see when you come out of the tunnel,
Man,
Elliot?
when you come out of that tunnel, you look to your right and you just see a country just inside of an entire mountain. Breathtaking views. It's completely panoramic. It's beautiful. Medellin is called the land of eternal springs, and for good reason. You have to see it to believe it yourself. It's beautiful.
Let's just set the scene a little bit before we start talking about making some comparisons. What was your life like being Black in Jacksonville?
My struggles with racism, the constant race riots that are coming to America that they promote on television. I just was tired of it, man. Every time you turn on the news, it's depressing out there. And I just wanted to just be around different energy on all aspects. Sometimes you just need a break. They call it a vacation, but I needed an extended one.
Did you experience any racism in the United States?
Absolutely.
What would people do to you, and what form of racism?
I mean, I've been harassed by the police, fake charges put on me. I've been called the N-word. I've been spit on before. I've been, just you name it. I mean, anything pretty much racist I've had done to me and a lot of people. Where I came from, it was a lot of black and white. I mean, I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida. At that time, when I was growing up, it was just black and white. It wasn't a bunch of Latino cultures there or other diversities there. It was just black and white. And you got, some really deep country boys out there, and you just got racism. It's the South. But it didn't stop with just what happened to me. It still happens to a bunch of people. It's all on the media, all on the news, the police. I'm tired of looking over my shoulder. Anytime I see red and blue lights, I gotta pause, I gotta slow down, and I haven't did anything wrong. I just fit the profile. So I got tired of that. That's very annoying, especially when you're a tax-paying, peaceful citizen, regardless of race or color.
So what about Colombia? When they see you walking in the streets, do they know that you're a American guy or a foreigner?
Some have told me maybe you're from Choco or Cali, from darker region, coastal parts. But for the most part, I think they know because some of the black men that come out here, we dress different.
Okay.
So we carry ourselves different. Our swag or whatever you want to call it is a little
there's
different.
something different, like
Yeah.
the style or something is you can immediately tell difference.
Correct.
And how do the Colombians treat you?
I mean, my experience, they treat me good. Honestly, I haven't experienced any negative type things. People, like when I get into Ubers or the taxis, they're very quick to talk to me. They don't dare. Where are you from? They ask me that all of the time. They're playing rap music, and I'm like, wow, you know this song? I mean, they're playing like 50 Cent, Wu-Tang. They're playing all kinds of stuff, and they actually know the lyrics. They may not know English, but they're trying, or they're like, hey, I want to be friends so I can practice with you and I can teach you and help you. Very kind people.
Would you say that black culture is closer to Colombian culture than black culture is to white culture in the US?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I would definitely say that. To like, I would, but I would answer that as far as I think that the Colombian culture is more pure than our culture in America, because I mean, you have 5-year-old girls and parents putting 5-year-old kids on TV twerking at 5-year-olds, listening to ratchet music that a 5-year-old or a young little girl shouldn't. So I think there's a lot more predictive programming in America than there is in Colombia. Colombia is liberal. It's liberal. It's free. They're one with earth. They're one with nature. They're one with spirit, and they love that, and they identify with that, and they're serious about that. Where in America, I don't know what our culture is.
One with money.
Anything negative, I feel like is American culture, because it's like, where's the direction of it going? The whole family dynamic and structure is messed up. The court system is messed up. There's nothing that we do together in America. We're out here, they have a thing on Sunday called Ciclovia. The whole country comes out and walk. They promote exercise. They promote organic living and eating and health, giving back to the earth. They're one with the earth. Also, not over putting over preservatives, putting more preservatives in your food than what needs to be, or poisoning you with ingredients that doesn't really change the flavor. Keeping things in its natural, organic sense. I look at it like this: if you want to live, you should travel. There's so many different places that promote health, food, cost of living, things of that nature. I mean, it's so many positives. It's too many to even name. I mean, when you actually experience it.
By the way, if you've never been to Medellin or you're interested in moving to Medellin, I've got a couple of great ebooks for you to check out. All you need to do is go to the description of this video and click the links that I've put in there. The first one is for the Perfect Week in Medellin ebook. So that's going to give you a guide of all the best things to do in the city for your trip to Medellin. And the second one is the Medellin relocation ebook. If you're interested in moving to Medellin and calling this your home, like Elliot and me, then check out that ebook, because it's going to give you a lot of information which will guide you in the right direction. Now, back to the interview. So now we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to get a bit serious. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What do you think about all the foreigners being murdered in Medellin over the last year?
Man, that's a good question and a tough one. I think it's tragic. I never want to see someone get their life taken away. But at the end of the day, to live, it also requires intelligence. You can't come to a foreign place on American privilege or European or foreign privilege. They have rules, they have structures. If you do something stupid in your country, you have consequences for that. You have to come and make intelligent moves. As far as the people that have died, I mean, like, there was a guy that died from the 17th floor. What were you doing to fall from the 17th floor? You were that inebriated? I mean, you thought you were King Kong or whatever? I don't know. It's really sad, but at the end of the day, you have to make wise decisions no matter where you are in life. You can't come here just because a woman is beautiful and she's, you're paying for something, and expect her, and you say, expect to trust her. You still got to have your guard up. You still have to not get too inebriated, or be sober, be in your right mind and get to know a person, before you just trust them.
So you said we need to be wise, right? What are some of the unwise decisions that foreigners are making in Medellin that's leading them to such, poor demises?
Well, decision making and the choice of the woman that you're trusting and you're bringing to your personal space. Not moving with full intelligence, like getting her identification, checking her in, not going to Centro to get a girl, or Tinder or some of these dating apps that just aren't safe. I mean, period, point blank. If you come here with morals and standards and structure about yourself, I think you can avoid a lot, because Like, for example, using myself, like if I'm going to meet a woman, I'm going to stay traditional. I want to meet you in a grocery store, a supermarket, somewhere in a natural setting, like your place of work, in the mall, things that I've done since I've been a child myself growing up. I'm going to stay true to that more so than being on an app or meeting a girl in the park that's selling that, because you don't know that person's situation and how dire it is. You can't control a person who's trying to survive or who's in a desperate state of mind. They'll do anything. So you need to know that. And I think some of the guys and people, they come out here, they get way too drunk, way too lit. And they've just be honest with you, they've just never experienced women this beautiful. This is a different level of woman that you're experiencing out here. And some men are just, for a better word, vagina struck. So I think they're what, passport sexuals. They turn into that because they're just booty blinded, man. Like beauty blinded too, because they are beautiful. But you have to have restraint. But they're like, ooh, wow, oh my God, I can have her, and her. Now you got like 3 girls there, and you don't know anything about them. And next thing you know, you knocked out and all your stuff is gone. That's not good.
Yeah, so you told us a little bit about the unwise decisions. I want to get your thoughts on dating and how we should go about it the right way and what's worked for you over your time here, dating locals and meeting Colombians. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the interview. But first, can you tell me what is a passport bro? I'm asking you because I've seen many different definitions.
Right.
Everyone's saying I'm a passport bro, but I still don't see anything that makes sense. Everything's contradictory.
I think that term is defined for for a better sense, I guess what they say online, the Pookies and the Ray Rays. They're the men with low income or kind of ghetto-ish type men, just the bottom barrel of men is how it's defined urbanly. I don't define myself as a passport bro. I'm just a man with a passport. I applied for it and they gave it to me. I don't.
Too.
Yeah, I'm a passport man.
Okay,
That's what I am. I guess a person can define themselves by whatever. But the social media term of it is, like some, a brother with a passport traveling to different parts of the world. So they say some of the women are saying that we exploit the women out here because we know we have our money's longer and things like that. But that's so far from the truth. Because a lot of the guys, in my opinion, they come out here, the passport bros, they're not out here for culture. They're not out here for history. They're out here for 2 weeks and they're getting as tore up as they can. They're experiencing as much booty as they can. They trying to have fun and just go through as many women as they can. That's how they're defined out here, in my opinion. And they're just reckless. They're very, very reckless. You'll see them a lot. The slides and the socks and the tank top rocking in Provenza, where the women out here and the people out here, they dress very classy, very elegant. They dress up, like nice jeans, nice shoes. They look great, so it's just, they come bringing that American, like slummy, bummy, hood culture, correct, over to here, and they're just not with that. And it's actually kind of ruining the country in a sense.
And what about many people have told me that this is passport bro is not ratchet hood culture. Passport bro is high value men going to different countries to seek women as long-term partners. Do you know anything about this?
No. Because as a high value man myself, I don't identify with high value or passport bro. I'm just a good man and I'm trying to be greater than what I am. So I don't define myself by a term. I'll let people define me if they want, but I just define it by my actions. If somebody wants to say I'm a passport bro, to me it's kind of childish in a sense, just because you're a man with a passport. Nobody was defining that before YouTube. But with this movement, because a lot of other people who can't travel, I believe, that have gotten jealous, they're the hating. So they're like, oh, these passport bros, because I got a passport, you can't, or because I can leave and you can't. Now you want to classify me and then turn it into something negative. But let's be honest, man. When in any time in the world's existence has people not traveled? What were they called in the ancient times in the 15th, 17th century? What were they called in 1980? What were they called in 2000?
Travelers.
Thank you. So, so this is a new age term that people are using to take something that is really a liberating positive experience because traveling is therapeutic. So what else could I be defined if I can only travel with a passport?
But you don't like to be called a passport bro.
I don't care what they call me.
Yeah.
Because I know what I am and
Yeah.
what I stand for as a man. You want to call me as a passport bro and classify me and prejudge me, then fine. But that shows your level of intelligence because you never had a conversation with me to learn what's in my brain.
That was a very interesting part. I learned a lot. Thank you for teaching me about it.
Yes, sir.
You kind of summed it up a very intelligent way. I'm sure we're going to have some comments about this whole section
yeah.
because some people are going to be disagreeing.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah, I already know.
Comments going to be flooding in.
Don't
Be
feel
ready.
Hey, we can do part 2 off of the comments.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
so
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I love
You want to
it.
see part 2? Let us know. But let's keep moving, yeah? And what do you like most about the local culture here? The culture here, I've done many videos on it. It's very different to the countries that we're from. What do you like most about it?
Man, I've experienced things I've never done. Yeah, I never did a ciclovia. I never got out there and just started dancing in the streets. I don't know no salsa. They'll just grab your hand and just start dancing. Move like this, move like that. And you just looking at a person, they just have so much joy. You know, they the little thing they do over their heart when the song come on and start like, you know, it's so interesting to see because when we go out in the States, right, you're just in a club and you're just walking around in a box, in a square, and nobody's dancing. And if they are, it's raunchy. There's no class to it. You know, and it's just the same old same. It's just how hood can you be before you're just hood? And then here, if these people had the opportunities that we had, they would excel past us from the stupidity of things we don't even tap into in America or in other European countries or wherever because of the opportunities that we have. And coming to a place like this, you feel more privileged to be here than you ever did in America. Because it's an honor to be here. It really is. And I wake up every day and I'm thankful, bro.
So many people might be thinking that Colombia is dangerous. What's your experience been with safety here in Medellin?
I have been completely safe. I haven't experienced any danger. I haven't been robbed. I haven't been harassed by the police. I haven't been scopolamine, any of that. I mean, I don't hang around in those circles, but I mean, like for example, a place that I hang out, but I'm not going to disclose. But I've left my phone there. Matter of fact, I left my gimbal there last Saturday for my birthday, and nobody stole it.
Okay.
You know, they returned it to the bar, and I was able to retrieve it the next day. I've left my cell phone in a taxi, and or an Uber. I was able to get it back the next day.
I wouldn't recommend that.
No, yeah, no, I don't recommend it.
Don't be telling. This is not
Well,
like,
I was
hey,
pissed.
leave your shit everywhere and you'll get it back. That's not going to happen.
I was
Because it
pissed.
goes back to what you said, like, you can't control people's desperations. You know, if they're trying to feed their family, they see a nice, you know, iPhone 15 there, that's going to give them 3 times of their monthly wage. Do you think about safety? You walk out your door and you're like, oh shit, I'm going to be looking behind my back.
Oh, yeah.
What do you do?
Certain pointers that my Colombian friends told me, hey, when you're in an Uber, you're in a taxi, roll the window up a little bit, don't have it down and just be having your phone free out because someone will roll up on you on a moto and steal it from you or take it. So I am aware of that all of the time. I'm always, like if I go out and I do have a couple of drinks, I'm always aware of my surroundings. But they don't have mass shootings out here like that, which is a good thing.
They just shot up the Super Bowl parade in Kansas City.
Exactly, today,
People's
right?
not talking about the US is super
Correct.
dangerous, right?
It's very dangerous. I mean, they're shooting up
Absolutely.
elementary schools.
Yeah.
You don't hear about that out here.
Do you know that Jacksonville, I looked up the stats the other day. I'm actually going to make a full video about this sometime in the future. But Medellin, Colombia, had its safest year last year in 40 years. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
It's the safest that has been in 40 years.
Wow.
And they check the murder rate. They measure it in a thing here called like murders per 100,000. And here it was about 14, right? That's better than 45 US cities.
Wow.
Jacksonville being one of them.
Now you see why I moved.
Jacksonville, Dallas, Philadelphia. There's a lot of cities that people go. You're not seeing anyone going like stop tourism to Philadelphia.
Nah.
I feel like that's a city of brotherly love. Eagles, Rocky, let's go there. But it's actually,
Dangerous.
judging by the number of murders, more dangerous than Medellin.
And that's another thing. That's the misnomer. People keep saying it's not safe there. It's not safe there because the gringos are dying, like from your earlier question. And it's like, really, people aren't dying every day like that.
No.
It's people that's really come out here doing some really stupid stuff. Everybody's not out to get you. Like Colombians love to have fun. They love to party. They're just great people. I mean, I've been invited to homes. I've had home cooks and sancocho. I've gone in hoods. I've gone in the burials with people that I trust. And I mean, nothing happened to me. But I'm not out there flashy. I'm not wearing big gold chains. I'm not doing stupid things, and I respect the culture. I respect people. I respect where I'm at. And a lot of people come out here and they don't do that.
Yeah.
And some people get what they deserve, and some people unwantingly get what they deserve. But what do you expect if you come out of here geeked out of your mind? You're with a girl you don't even know. You don't even speak her language. You have no idea who she's talking to another line or who she's texting. You have to move better.
So a question I wanted to ask you that many people might find very interesting, because there are generally guys that come down here and they want to meet a nice woman for a long-term relationship. They're not these Pookie Ray Ray types who are just like first time they've ever seen a beautiful woman and they're just losing their mind. These guys legitimately want to meet someone for a emotional connection
Correct.
and relationship. How should they go about that?
Don't go on those dating apps. Stay off of the dating apps. Meet a woman in a traditional way. Meet her on her job. Go to the mall. Go to Santa Fe. Go to Envigado, Viva Envigado. Go there. Go to places where you have a woman with a job. So you know, hey, she's getting a check here. It may not be a lot, but I could build with something like that. If you want a normal woman, go to normal places.
Yeah, it's very interesting what you said about go to their place of work, because that kind of hits two things. First of all, you know that this person is a hardworking person looking to improve their life. They have some sort of routine. They have some sort of positive mindset. And second of all, that person is almost 100% time going to be a safe date, because you can't be going to like, I'm going to a, clothing store and meeting this girl. She's going to be drugging and robbing me. I know where she works.
Exactly.
That's a very, very smart way of doing it.
Also, too, university,
Yes.
universidad,
Yes.
taking
Spanish class?
Spanish class.
Yeah.
That, also the gym.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna see beautiful women in the gyms out here because they love to work out. Exercise is a huge thing.
Yeah.
You can also meet a nice woman during ciclovia, which is every Sunday from 9 to
All these
5.
things we're talking about again are all positive, wholesome things.
Correct.
And
They're
as
all
we
natural.
say, it's like you would probably agree, if you want positive people, do positive activities and
Correct.
attract
Positive energy.
positive energy. Like
Correct.
you will attract what you are, right? So
Correct.
if you're doing those activities, you're going to the gym every day, you're doing the ciclovia on the weekend, you're doing the Spanish classes, you're doing the volunteering is a big one that I do too.
That's a good one.
You're only going to meet good people there.
Exactly.
You ain't going to meet someone who's trying to help kids learn English on a Saturday and scopolamine you on Saturday night.
They have something to lose as well.
Yes.
If you're dealing with women that have nothing to lose, then if you lose, then
They
what
don't
did you
care.
expect?
Yeah.
They're right. They don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah.
You the one that lost because you had something to lose. It's a mindset shift. Like if you're a jacked up person before you come here, you're going to be jacked up when you get here. If you're a man of value and a man of standard and structure, you're going to be that when you get here. You're going to set that up. That's how real men move. Whatever you are, like you said, that's how you're going to be from place to place until you change who you are. Where you are doesn't define who you are. I would say to any man, regardless of color that's coming here, know who you want to be. Know what you want when you come here. If you know you want to come here for fun, then go have fun, but do it reasonably.
Yeah.
If you know you want to come here and start a life, well, you got to go to places or go to dating, not speed dating, but go to little dating groups, or women that are actually looking for
a
that.
partner.
For a partner,
Yeah.
right. But legitimate,
Yeah.
not Tinder,
No,
not the bull crap. I
Yeah.
mean, like something legit, because there are really good women that want to be wives, that want families. Because the women in Colombia, from what I noticed, Colombian women are very, very serious. Like when they like you, they don't want to share you. They just want it to be you. They are into you. They wear their emotions on their sleeve. They give you their whole entire corazón, their whole entire heart. Women here don't really put a lot of pressure on you either. So, I mean, you could meet a woman and they're cool. They're not going to hound you every day. They're not going to text you every day and bugaboo you and all of that type of stuff. So they give you space. They let you spread your wings. They let you work. Some women, they find it sexy when you work. I mean, every man's experience is going to be different, but most of the men in my circle that I know, they're extremely happy. I just think that overall dating here is so much better. So much better.
Yeah, so we've covered a lot so far. Can you tell us overall, Elliot, like in the whole scheme of things, leaving the US and coming to Medellin, how has that affected your overall well-being and your happiness, man?
Funny that you asked that. There was one time before I changed my number, an ex called me and she asked me, she's like, well, you don't have any kids and you're not married anymore. Are you lonely? And I responded to her simply like, how can I be lonely when I have peace? And Medellin has given me that. Traveling has given me that. And just the freedom to know that I'm not confined to just America or one space of living. I'm a global entity. Words can't even explain how profound the feeling is. because once a man finds peace, I believe he's found everything. And that peace comes in the form of whatever that man values as peace or his happiness. But for me, this place has allowed me to step away from a place that I didn't want to live and to just find my own way. You know, because when I first started traveling, Joel, I didn't know where I wanted to travel. I went to a couple places. Yeah, it's like, okay. I went to the DR. It was all right. I knew I didn't want to live there. This is honestly the first place that I've ever gone to that I'm like, I could see myself living. Like I could see this as a second home. It feels like home to me. The way I'm embraced, the way I'm treated, the people make this place great. Like the energy of the people, the outgoingness, the sincerity of the people, you can't compare it really to anywhere else. These people have less and they have the biggest smile on their face. We come from a place where we have more and we have the most frowning and sadness, misery, complaining, and unhappiness, and we have more. You have that dream job, you have that dream car, you have this in your bank account, but yet you still don't have happiness internally. And Medellin is definitely a place where you will find it.